What's going on, everyone? Badger here. And I know business news makes everyone tune out, but this is important because it's the why and it's the how they keep getting away. They keep losing money, keep losing franchise after franchise, flop, flop, flop. And you go, okay, eventually the adults are going to come into the room and they go, hey, we need to make money, right? The shareholders are going to come in and someone's going to put an end to this madness. Reality will hit, and it doesn't. And you go, how? How do they keep getting away with it? How do these activists keep getting away with it? Elon Musk has gone on record saying that Disney is like completely infected and captured by the woke mind virus, right? Those are the activists. It's not just, and it goes all the way to the top. Bob Iger is an activist. Now, whether he just sees which way the wind is blowing or whether he really believes it deep down in his soul, because Kevin Feige, I believe, believes it in his soul. He's a male feminist. He came in with the intention, and this is important to this article. He came in with the intention originally to make it, and he said it to make more female characters than male characters, right? So I believe he's a tried and true believer. Same with Dave Filoni. He's a tried and true. He's a male feminist. Talks about all the time. Speaks at feminist conventions all the time. Problem with this is, as we've seen, it doesn't make money. So how are they continuing to do this, pushing these agendas? Well, they have investment firms, very wealthy investment firms. These just it sounds it's very simple but very complicated. But basically, these investment firms, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, they push what you would call woke, but it's really environmental or excuse me, economic, social governance, ESG. All right. This all comes from the World Economic Forum and all that. Look them up. But the point is, they're getting the money from all of these different investment firms that push these ESG scores. Oh, do you want money? Hope you have diversity, equity, inclusion in your company. Hope you have so many women in so many positions of power, so many people of color, so many that regardless of whether they're fit for the job, you just have to have an entire checklist. Now, that filters out across the board to many, many different. This is the answer to many of the why they keep doing this and how they keep doing it. It's these investment firms, right? So Disney is full of activists and they're funded by activist investment firms that work for World Economic Forum who have gone on record basically they want to engineer society. And a big part of engineering society is our culture. When clearly pop culture, our movies, our TV shows, right? That's why they keep taking them and subverting them because they know if they just said all of the things that they say on their own, we wouldn't give a shit. So they take our franchises that they know we like and listen to, and they fill it with that as much as they can till they're destroyed. And then they don't let go of them, right? You think, well, now that they're not making money, like, no, because of these investment firms. Bob Iger, right? He's an activist. He's in a battle, right? For the actual people that want to make money. One of those people is Ike Perlmutter. He used to be on the board. He's back and he's teamed up with other people who are tired of this and want to make money. And regardless, by the way, I say this is a battle for Disney's soul. I get it. A lot of these people just want to go back to making money. And I don't care because the way they're going to go back to making money is by a return to good storytelling, which is what we want, traditional family values, which is what we want, good traditional storytelling with classical political, but not in the moment political, not social current day, but timeless classical. So all the things we want. So our interests align, regardless of whether they are doing it for like ideological reasons. They just want to make money. I don't care. They're the type of money that works and it's aligning with what we want. So here we have Bob Iger is preparing because Ike Perlmutter has come back with a couple of people. This is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. Oh, 4 minutes for that explanation. I hope you're still with me because it's really important because this filters out to every franchise. Disney is just the biggest example of this. All right. But this is the problem with everything. Uh, you broke my heart. That's what former Marvel Entertainment Chairman and CEO Ike Perlmutter said to Bob Iger, according to the Wall Street Journal, when Iger made it clear in 2015 that he was not going to name veteran Disney executive and Perlmutter favorite Jay Rizzullo as his eventual successor. He anointed Tom Staggs instead, and Staggs was out the following year. Being a potential successor was hazardous duty at Disney. Yeah, they did switch out. Uh, Iger's relationship with Perlmutter went sharply downhill from there, and last March, after incrementally stripping Perlmutter of his duties at Marvel, Iger ejected the contentious billionaire from the company altogether. Even before that happened, Perlmutter had backed his friend and Palm Beach neighbor Nelson Peltz. Nelson Peltz is the now they're going to call Nelson Peltz and Perlmutter activist investors. Well, they are. The difference is they're advocating for our side of just traditional, normal, stop infesting it with your weird ideologies, that type of activist. The balance, if you will, in his quest for a seat on Disney's board, which Peltz and Perlmutter argue is too cozy with Iger to be effective. Peltz dropped that first run at Disney after Iger pledged to slash costs and lay off thousands of employees. But with Disney stock still languishing, Peltz and Perlmutter are back, having added Rizzullo to the team. Yeah, so now that golden child, Rizzullo, who was, for all intents and purposes, going to be and was passed over, is back. Now, there are a lot of articles on this. I had to look for a lot of them. This is the most fair and balanced article I could find because all the other ones were skewed either for Disney's side or against them. There's a huge hit out campaign, whatever you want to call it, for Perlmutter right now. You know, you can make anyone sound bad with, you know, taking out the beginning and end of what they said or taking, you know, without context, but it's the most fair and balanced one. But it says they dropped, doesn't run their back. So now there's three of them, right? Okay. Presented with Pelt's first run at the company, it would seem very possible that shareholders would dismiss him and Perlmutter as two 81-year-olds driven by Perlmutter's quest for revenge. I don't think it's, I'm sure that's the benefit of this is what I think it is. But with Rizzullo on board, they've added a respected longtime Disney executive. Rizzullo had largely disappeared. I'm getting excited over here. Rizzullo had largely disappeared from the public eye, serving on various boards, including iHeartMedia and the Los Angeles Philharmonic Orchestra. In December 14th statement announcing his alliance with Peltz and Perlmutter, Rizzullo said, "The Disney I know and love has lost its way." Yes, it has. So Rizzullo sounds like he knows what's up. The Disney I know and love has lost its way. How many here? I can't see you, but I'm going to hear it and I'm going to feel it with the force. Raise your hand if you think the Disney that you know and love has lost its way, because it has for me. All right. Badgers are well known to like animated cartoons when we were children too. All right. And two Disneys are completely different companies. And that's not like, yeah, just completely different companies. Says one Disney veteran, Jerry has credibility. He's not some Palm Beach crank. He's a very legitimate voice about where Disney was 8 years ago. Ike is angry and eating 3 nights a week at Mar-a-Lago, but Jay showing up on that side is a very significant event. Well, I mean, if you've ever seen Mar-a-Lago, it's actually quite beautiful. So of course he's eating there. Iger appears to be taking the challenge seriously, enlisting reinforcements. Now, this is where it's like, oh shit, they have more of them. Because you think, you know, you've already got the BlackRock, State Street, the Vanguard I mentioned. Here we go. Here's more activist firms coming in to give their money to push ESG scores for the World Economic Forum. Iger appears to be taking the challenge seriously, enlisting reinforcements of his own. On January 3rd, Disney secured support from the Mason Morfitt-led investment fund, Value Act Capital Management, which has agreed. And by the way, the real rub of all of these things is that a lot of the people that are investing their money with them have no idea that they're using their money, their funds, their capital to push these ESG scores. That's what Vivek's Ramaswamy, presidential candidate, that's what his entire earlier books were about. And his own investment firm that he started is to combat this type of predatory taking your money and using it to push ideologies that most people would never get behind if they knew what the money was actually being used for. Disney secured support from the Mason, which has agreed to back its board of director nominees as part of a strategic consulting deal. Meanwhile, shareholder and investment firm Blackwell's Capital LLC may be a wild card in the mix, while a Blackwell's executive stated Wednesday that Peltz should end his peacocking in a nod to backing Iger. The firm also plans to nominate its own board members, something that holds no appeal for Disney. Okay, so the end result is it's a standoff, and we're going to see who has enough shine to pull through. Look, how much more money? Yes, I just answered my own, but also how much longer can this go on? How much money does it take? They've already admitted that Disney has already said, you know, through Iger, that they realize that pushing these ideologies have lost them money. The go woke, go broke part. They need to course correct now. It's so getting close to the red line. I look at the flop, look at Wish, look at their 100-year celebration, which was a fart in the wind. But that's it. These are the players. This is why World Economic Forum, ESG scores, investment firms pushing it on. That's why they keep doing it. That's why they keep doing it. That's why they keep hiring activists. This is why the activists have infested all the companies. Yes, yes, yes. It sounds like conspiracy, but again, just like the fact that I don't know Ike Perlmutter or anything, but we have common interests, regardless of why they want to make money. I want good content. I want good stories and franchises. So where interests align, you don't need a formal conspiracy. Where interests align. Same thing with the activists. That there it is. There it is. Please, I hope you stayed. If you stayed with the whole thing, leave a comment. Either way, let me know what you think of this. Did you know any of this? Do I sound like a rambling madman? Boy, I wish this was all fake and this was a conspiracy theory. The problem with that is all this shit is on YouTube. You could look up anything I'd say and see that there's articles. They say everything out loud. They put it right out. The World Economic Forum will tell you all of this, and they'll say it like it was the best thing ever, sounding like a Bond villain the whole time. Look it up, educate yourself. Remember, we are the resistance. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you've already done that, thank you. If you're going to, thank you so much. We will see you on the next one.